I said I'm back, guys. Thank you so much, Hex, for reminding me. I appreciate it. Yeah, got some coffee. The timing wasn't bad, right? Right? So now we're gonna be doing some Spiral Abyss. We're gonna be doing some Spiral Abyss for up teen time. I'm ready for the reset that's happening in like a few days. I think it's in 6 days, right? 7 days of the week. So we'll see what it's like with All Hytham on one team, and the likes and such like that. I am excited because I love the Spiral Abyss. Freaking love Spiral Abyss. Freaking love the Spiral Abyss. Spiral Abyss is where I have the most fun in this game. But this is a level 90 Alhaitham with 193 crit damage and a 63 crit rate, 139 energy recharge. So we'll put Alhaitham on the first half. First Kuki there. Alhaitham, Shingsho, and Nahida. And on the second, we'll do Mono Geo, which is Ito, Albedo, Goro, and Zhongli. We ready? We ready? Okay. Let's see this work. So good lineup? Yes. Yes. I think the attack is just gonna be more useful.
Grow. Make yourselves at home. No, my sword. Let me weave you a
process of elimination.
Stand with me.
Flicker.
I see everything. Sharing my knowledge.
Okay.
Ring cutter.
Defract.
Our bond is strong.
Okay, he's in his phase again.
Here you are.
So we're just doing this to keep their energy up. Okay, swap out. Nahida. Again.
Make yourselves at home. Rain outlines your fate.
Scatter.
No. Stand with me. Lightning terrified.
And that should finish it.
This might hurt a little.
Okay. It was a little slow, but I think we can still clear it in time. Slow. What? What? Yeah, that was a little slow.
Gather time to order guide you. Press the advantage. Burst forth. Feel this ancient power. It's showtime. Let's roll. Testing my patience.
Don't hesitate.
Advance! Counterattack! Advance! Everyone
Drop
on
this.
Live!
Drop
Moment
that.
of birth. Who wants some of this? Can't catch me.
Toss this.
Lord of Sand, your sacrifice is ready. Solidify!
Drop this to just kill him.
Fall in!
Okay. I wish I was this slow. It's just knowing what to do and in what rotations, and Alhaitham is just kind of nutty. Again?
Everyone hop in! The Temple of Wisdom! Rain Cutter!
Defract!
Dissipate!
Flicker!
Okay, cool.
Some target practice.
Share
Cool.
my knowledge! Witness the power!
Scatter! Here you are.
Okay, that was decent. Alhaitham is just kind of nuts. Like, I'm gonna be absolutely honest here. Alhaitham is just kind of really strong. Like, really, really, really strong.
Gather! Advance! Press the advantage! Come into being! Witness my great undertaking! It's showtime! Let's roll!
Get down.
Can't get...
Stabilize. This is order.
Charge! Live! Rally!
Gather.
Advance! Come into being! Feel this ancient power! Oh,
Crap.
coming through!
Made a mistake. One mistake. That's all it'll take.
Everyone hop in! The Temple of Wisdom! Body and mind. Let me weave you up.
Defract!
Our bond is strong!
Flicker!
Finally, some target practice.
Committed to memory! Sharing my knowledge!
Do it again. Basically, yeah.
Know my sword! Witness the power!
Scatter!
Get with me!
Embrace a storm! Where do you think you'll...
Can we talk about how busted Alhaitham is? Like, that's a level 80 weapon. I'm used to character using a 3-star artifact, and the more I see you play, the better I realize that artifacts are a huge part of your DPS. Yes. Yes. Very, very much.
Press the advantage! Witness my great undertaking!
Very much. Very, very much.
Who wants some of this? Bam! Ha! 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 Attaboy!
Stabilize. I will have order.
Advance! Live! Ha! Let's roll!
Okay, go into your next stage. Go into phase 2. There we go. Going. What? Artifacts are probably the most important part of your character's build.
Charge!
Weirdly enough, artifacts and weapons. You don't need like a 4-star weapon,
Rise.
but you do definitely need. You don't need like a 5-star weapon, and weapons sometimes like you would definitely want 3 stars over 4-star weapons. but 100% definitely you want 5-star artifacts if you can. So once you start grinding to AR-45, start getting all of those artifacts.
Bam! Oni coming through! Let's roll!
Oh crap. There we go. Poke. Poke, poke, poke. And more importantly, I don't even know. No, scratch that. I want to take that back. Yeah, I'm going to take that back. Having a decent crit ratio is very important. 5-star artifacts will help with that, and they're definitely much easier to do that. But
Ring cutter. I'll settle down.
we trying. 45. Whoever is saying 40, don't listen to them. 45. 45.
No, my sword. Just let me weave you a bird. Dissipate. Lightning terrified. Grow. A minute to memory. Make yourself
Surprise!
Our bond is strong.
Here you are.
Grow. Sharing my knowledge. Rain outlines your fate. Witness.
Scatter!
Dissipate.
Gosh, look at that damage output.
Diffract!
A minute to memory. Make yourselves at home.
Yeah, 45.
Let me weave you a bird. Out of my way. Our bond is strong.
Look at that damage output. And I even messed up a little bit there. I used the burst when I shouldn't have. I thought I could get the burst energy back by the time I start my next rotation, but that's not the case. So I might actually try that again. So we're definitely gonna try that again. Yeah. Since my national team is nowhere close to being ready, I don't bother much with that at the moment, so I didn't follow the advice. I don't want to waste resin, so I think I'll start at 45. Yeah, 45. So 45 is the point where you start getting guaranteed 5 stars every single time you run a domain, which is why everybody says wait until you're AR 45. Because you are guaranteed a 5-star artifact, which means that your resin isn't necessarily wasted. Right now, where I suggest you should be spending your resin, and I do suggest you should be spending your resin, I suggest you spend your resin on the skill books and the Mora every single day. That is start accumulating as much skill books and as much Mora as you can, and start getting like building those resources, because getting a character to their talents up, their level to 90, getting the artifacts leveled and geared up, getting the weapons geared up is going to cost a lot of money. And if I was more on the line of making Mora and making money when I started, I'd have a lot more Mora than I do have now.
Witness the power of... I'll settle this. Dissipate.
Here you are.
A minute to
process of elimination.
Our bond is strong.
Flicker.
Grow. Make yourselves a room.
Rain outlines your defeat. Rain cutter.
Scatter.
Dissipate.
Here you are.
Yeah, no, he's dumb. He is so dumb. Even though I think it's a waste to upgrade a 3-star weapon, depends on the weapon. Zhongli, in my party, he's using a 3-star weapon. And Albedo, his best in slot free-to-play weapon, if you didn't do the event, is a 3-star weapon. So it completely depends on the weapon. The best catalyst in the game is a 3-star weapon. So it completely depends. There are some really good 3-star weapons in the game, and White Tassel is great for a spear, 3-star weapon. There are some do not look at more of the substat and the abilities than you do the stats, because depending on the character, sometimes the 3-star weapon will be your best option, especially for a free-to-play.
This is order. Fall in! Press the advance! Coming to be. Feel this ancient power. It's showtime! Bam!
Gather. Order guide you.
Advance! Everyone on! This
If you're
is my great undertaking. Oh, you're coming through! Attaboy!
I'll get on that in a second here.
Solidify. This is order.
Fall in! Press the advantage! Burst forth. Feel this ancient power. Who wants some of this? Attaboy!
Okay. Okay, there we go. So that's Alhaitham. Alhaitham's nuts. And also knowing your character is very important, and animation cancels. Believe it or not, they're very important as well. So Alhaitham, if you do the full long string, so you'll notice that on attack 1, 2, 3, it's really fast. It's really quick. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 is a slight delay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 is really slow. So going the full rotation is very long, but if I stop, he'll just continue it on. So the best way to reset that is to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this maximizes my damage output, and that's how I was doing so much. One of the ways I was doing so much damage is doing some cancels to make it so that the faster attacks come out faster and the slower attacks come out later. Don't come out at all. So yes, dash canceling is very important. Knowing the frames of your character is very, 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 very important. But what I mean is, if I look at, let's use Zhongli, because he's the best example of the character. Zhongli, if you look at his stats, he doesn't look that impressive. He's got only 991 attack, not even 1k, 702 defense. His crit rate, his crit damage is not that great, his energy recharge, but he's got a buttload of HP. That is because his shield, which should be up 99% of the time, scales off his max HP. So you want to raise his HP as much as possible. So artifacts, yes, they will help this HP percent, HP percent, HP percent, and the 2P set will give him plus 20% HP. But more importantly, this is a 3-star weapon. This has a base substat of 46.9% max HP just by equipping it. The passive ability does not matter here because he's not going to be on field doing any damage, so you're just using him for it to maintain that shield. So that 46.9% HP goes a long way. And that's a 3-star weapon. Another example is if we go to Kokomi here. Let me go to her. This is a 3-star weapon. This is Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers. This is the best catalyst in the game, arguably. This weapon is dumb. Not especially on HP scaling characters like Kokomi, because it has the HP substat, but even if you remove the HP substat, because it is a 3-star weapon, it is so much easier to get copies of it, so you can R5 it really easily. Which, the R5 is when switching a new character, the character taking in the field has their attack increased by 48% for 10 seconds. This is dumb. This is really dumb. This is a 3-star weapon. This is nuts for a support character. Yeah, this is a 3-star weapon. This is used on characters that don't even scale on HP. If your character is a support character, like support Sucrose will use Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayer because that is so stupid. If you're doing a quick swap team that is swapping through the rotations really fast and you're not keeping any character on the team for a very long period of time, having Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayer, which again 3-star weapon, is really nice. What else is a really good weapon? Yes, let me find a spear user. No, a sword user. Yes, sword user. Let's do, you, here. Harbinger of Dawn, 3-star weapon. Now, this is very situational. You mainly need a shielder for this to work really well, but it's got a 42 at level 80. It's got a 42.7% crit damage bonus, which is really good. But also its HP is, while the character's HP, while its passive is at R5, is when the character's HP is above 90%, the crit rate is increased by 28%. So if you have a shielder like Zhongli in the party that can just keep you from taking any damage whatsoever, this sword is absolutely broken and is one of the best swords in the game, and it's a 3-star. So it is completely dependent. 100% dependent. There are some really good, and then there's White Tassel, which is really good as well, which I do not have because I unfortunately fed all of them. But that is a really good weapon, and if you are willing to shell $10, if you are willing to shell $10 on the game, and you can get to level 30 of the battle pass, this right here, the BP bounty, will give you what I call cheat weapons. So it'll give you a choice of one of these 5 weapons, and these 5 weapons are really good. They are not amazing, depending on the character. Like Ito really likes Serpent Spine. It's the second best weapon. Deathmatch is Sino's second best weapon, but also Raiden really likes this weapon. Like, there's a lot of characters that these weapons, they're not necessarily going to be the best in slot, but they're really going to be really close to it. And by spending $10 and reaching AR30, you are guaranteed one of these weapons once a month. And these all scale with crit rate, and they're all very good. They are 4-star weapons. So if you are willing to spend money to get a decent weapon, these weapons will carry you. And they did carry me for a very long time. In fact, my Ito is still using a Serpent Spine, and you saw how much damage he was doing. He was doing like 39k a swing. These weapons are very good, and if you have $10 to spend a month on this game, I would highly recommend at least getting one of each, because these weapons are solid. Very solid, especially this for Raiden. Deathmatch, the catch is still better for her, but for spear characters, this is really nice. And sword characters, this is really nice. Like, this gives survivability and crit rate. I would, if I didn't have Alhaitham's sword, then I would be definitely using this. This is a really solid weapon. I really should pay more attention to that passive. It depends on the character. Like, the passives in this case don't really matter. What matters is that it gives a crit rate substat. And it makes it easier to build your crit stats. And in this game, 9 times out of 10, your crit stats are going to be some of the most important stats you have for character building. So your crit rate is your chance. So let's just let's do some math here. Alhaitham currently has 1,341 attack. Now, removing if we are removing let's see. And this is why, like, you want to prioritize for most characters, I'm not going to say all of them. This is why you prioritize crit stats over attack percent or certain things. We're not going to do like resistances and such like that. So let's do 1,341 attack. So let's assume every single attack he's making is dealing 1,341 damage. Now we have a circlet that does that adds 20% attack. So we'll add 20% to that. That makes his attack 1,609 every single hit. Now, crit rate right here is your likelihood of adding a critical, and your crit damage is the multiplier you have when scoring a critical attack. So in this case, it would be whenever I score a crit, I do 193% more damage. So doing the same math, a 20% attack buff will give you 1,609 damage. Well, in this case, give me a second here. 1,341 plus 193.4%. I am all of a sudden doing 3,934 damage. That is how much more crit rate and crit damage actually does for your account. That is over double. It is easier to build crit rate and crit damage than it is to build attack, and it goes farther. Because it is a straight multiplier to the damage you deal without any reduction.
Whatever.
So attack percent will reduce, and the way that the math does, there is diminishing returns the higher your attack is. So crit rate and crit damage for a lot of characters is probably arguably the most important thing. Depending on their kit, energy recharge is really important, and then crit rate, and then attack percent if they're scaled on attack percent, elemental mastery, HP, etc. So there are some characters that break this rule, like Kazuha just wants elemental mastery. He doesn't care about crit rate, crit damage. Same with Venti, but you can build him that way. Kokomi can't build crit rate or crit damage at all unless you're hyper invested into her. So it's just, it is crit damage is a straight up multiplier to the damage you deal rather than a multiplier to the stat. So yeah, sorry. It's crit damage is usually the safer way to go about things. And that's going to take you away. Hey, Nugget, how you doing? How are you? How are you? So, yeah, 9 times out of 10, just pay attention to their kit a lot of times, and you'll be able, as you play more, you'll be able to discern easier. Also, Nugget, you miss Yao Yao. Nugget, look what I got. Angel Dust, how you doing? Look what I got, Nugget. Look at it. What's up? What's up, Angel? Why are you crying? Why are you crying? The sword. I got his signature sword. Yes. So you can tell that by talents. So you want to isolate what his main source of damage is going to be. If they're a damage dealer, of course. If they're a healer, you're looking at what their main source of healing is. If they're a support, what their main source of support is. So for example, Hytham, a lot of his damage comes from his mirror projections. And you want the 3 mirror projections as much as possible. In this case, if you look at it, it says 108% attack plus 201.6% of elemental mastery times 3. So that says to me that he scales more on elemental mastery. So instead of putting in attack percent items and such, I want elemental mastery. Because that's going to be his most damaging thing. So I want to spec into boosting up his most damaging part of his kit. Yes. Also, he's Dendro. So 9 times out of 10, you will want a Dendro Goblet so that his Dendro damage is doing more damage. It's very good. It is very good, but honestly, Angel, depending on a lot of factors, I would save for characters over getting a weapon, because the weapon is useless unless you have characters. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest. Let me just bring this up. Let me just get this up. Let me get this up. Actually, where is it? Not there. Events? Nope. Which one is it? Version highlights. There we go. There we go. Enter? This is new. New characters or weapon. Is this not where... Where is it? So the next weapon banner is going to have Aqua Simulacra and Staff of Homa on it. And those are the best Aqua Simulacra is the best bow in the game, and Staff of Homa is the best staff in the game. I would this weapon banner is nowhere near as nuts as that one. Like, the next weapon banner is absolutely insane. But yeah, no, you want to look at their main kit and what they're scaling off of. Like Nahida right here, if you look at all of her skills, it's all scaling on Elemental Mastery. So you want Elemental Mastery on her. Kazuha, again, this is the main thing about his kit right here. Again, Elemental Mastery. Ayaka, if you look at her stats, because there's no modifier in it, it defaults to attack percent. So she scales more on attack percent than anything else. Again, no specifications, so attack percent. Ayato, now, he does have some HP scaling, but if you look at right here, it's so minuscule that it's not worth it. So it's so tiny, it's so small of an attack percent, of a percentage increase, that you basically just want to focus on attack percent, but HP is fine. And then Kokumi, she's a healer, so her primary thing, yeah, again, max H, 113% of max HP, 6% of max HP, so she scales on max HP. So it's pay attention to their kits, read their kits, and then go, oh, okay, this character wants this.
Please declare your commercial goods.
Alhaitham's sword is incredibly good. If you won't go bad on it. The problem I have with this weapon banner is the Primordial Jade Wing Spear is not that great. So if you fail the 33.3, not only do you have a low chance of just getting whiffed and just having standard banner thing, but the Primordial Jadewing Spear is just kind of meh. So it's an okay banner to spend on. It's not terrible, but there are better banners, especially the one coming up. I would this Aqua Simulacra, Staff of Homa, yuck. Yuck.
Wow. Liyue Harbor looks very different from when I came last. It's almost as if I'm listening to the same melody, but with a richer timbre and new variations added.
Yeah, so even more so, I would skip this weapon banner and go for Staff of Homa. And especially if you have Zhao, Staff of Homa is going to be a strict upgrade for Zhao. Strict upgrade. It is just significantly better.
Well, we are here during Lantern Rite after all. It only comes once a year, so they always have a big celebration. It's fair to say that this time of year is when Liyue Harbor looks the prettiest.
Great. Let's go and check it out. I can't wait to get into the city and see it all up close for myself.
Sorry, I get really
Streets are breathtaking.
happy.
Smiles and laughter everywhere I look. It's contagious. I can almost feel the music in the air. I have the urge to start waving my conductor's baton.
I'm glad that you're enjoying the city.
I get really happy with the numbers in this game. It's like a card game to me. It's like a trading card game. So maximizing numbers and such like that is really fun. Xinyan!
Hi, everyone. A fancy meeting you all here. What a nice surprise.
Xinyan!
Hello, Xinyan. Let me introduce some new friends. They are...
Traveler, Paimon, and Mr. Dvorak, right? I've known them all for quite a while.
So you already know each other.
When I was last here to advertise a Liyue stop for the Iridescence Tour, Xinyan was one of the few people willing to give me the time of day.
5-star cat? What do you
Feels
mean?
like I've been chasing this iridescent
Oh, Catalyst, yeah.
bandwagon halfway around the world, but I keep getting stood up. What's going on, Mr. Dvorak?
I'm so sorry, Xinyan. We've had a string of terrible luck recently, and every time we've tried to put on a show, something or other has come up to stop our plans from materializing.
Is that right? I guess it can't be helped. So, what brings you to Liyue Harbor at this time of year anyway? Thinking of putting on a music festival during the Lantern Rite celebrations?
A Lantern Rite music festival? Yes, please!
Oh boy.
No, I'm actually here on personal business this time.
Oh, so no Lantern Rite music festival?
I mean, that's not just up to me. Hosting a music festival takes a lot of funding and personnel. Moreover, I've never worked with the Liyue authorities before. Even if I were to start putting something together right now, I think it'd be too rushed.
Wait, but we're going to meet the Liyue Qixing, aren't we? And they're the ones in charge. Uh-huh, that's right. Miss Keqing and Miss Ningguang can make anything happen.
You mean... what?
This is the perfect opportunity! Well, sure, it might not work out, but it can't hurt to bring it up as a suggestion.
A Lantern Rite music festival would be a huge hit.
That's the spirit! See, even the Traveler agrees with me. Mr. Dvorak, don't let yourself be put off by the fact that a few things haven't worked out recently. As for the performers, I can put you in touch with some local artists. My friend Yunji
It's not
is
needed.
a well-known opera singer in Liyue. With her
It's
support
not
and
needed,
a huge
Angel.
song from the Yunhan Opera Troupe, we should be able to get something going.
I would advise against getting constellations for any 5-star. They are not needed.
But what about you, Xinyan? Are you just going to sit this one out?
What do you take me for? If we actually manage to make
It
the
sounds
Iridescence
tempting, but
for
it's not
Lantern Rite
needed.
Grand concert a reality, you think I'd let anyone else perform the opening act?
Wow! There's that rock and roll spirit!
What do you say, Mr. Dvorak?
Okay. I'll give it a shot.
By the way, isn't that her C2, not her
It's
C1?
something to be chosen lightly, Xinyan. I will judge your work by the strictest of standards, so please make sure you are fully prepared.
Are you kidding? I thought you'd never ask. Whew, guess my shopping time's getting cut short.
Yuck.
I'm gonna head back right away and start working on this. Yow yow, if you run into your senior on the way to the Qixing, please send her my regards.
Okay, I promise I will. Good luck with your music, Xinyan.
I love Yao Yao. She's so cute and precious. By the way, who here is excited to go back to Persona 3?
Senior of yours, Xinyan mentioned just now. Is that anyone we know? Yes, it's Xiangling. She's mentioned you two before. Xiangling's always thinking about cooking. Whenever she gets scrapes or burns, she just leaves them to heal by themselves. She definitely needs someone around her to look after her. I know you must have looked out for her a lot too in the time you've known her. So, thank you for that.
I'm not. Not what? So, this is my Nahida, and I kind of screwed her over too. She used to be a lot better. Like, she's already dominating all of the content in the game. What is her constellation one? Hold on. I forgot what her constellation one was. When the Shrine of Maya is unleashed, oh, okay, yeah, so that's, whew, that is already really good constellation. Yeah. 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 I'm just answering the question you asked like 1 minute ago. What was the question I asked 1 minute ago? I am lost. Oh man, that's pretty. That is gorgeous. Oh, who's ready for more P3? Yeah! Sorry. I have a snail brain. Nope, because I want to get another copy to play myself in a dark corner. And like when I've already got the game scheduled to what we're going to be playing after we finish the Persona Marathon, which is going to be a while, but I am excited to start that again. And I did say again. Well, depending. That'll depend. I'm not going to make any promises.